Hello, dear children. So, let us continue with the social class. Where were we in the previous class? We are done with chapter 2 of civics, right? Pol science, prejudice and discrimination. So, we are done with chapter 2 of history, 1 and 2 from history, 1 and 2 from civics. And we started with chapter 2 of geography. Alright, so now let us go to chapter 3 of geography, that is motions of the earth. Page number 28. Okay. Okay. Alright, before we start, let's see, there is something in the box for us. Let's read that. Building sundials. Students are asked to build sundials and collect data based on their observations. The teacher will distribute plates, straws, pencils, rulers, scissors and adhesive tapes to students. So basically you need to build a sundial, and these are the things required to build a sundial. Now let's see what to do. Steps. First of all, students have to find the center of the paper plate and mark it with a dot. Number 2, they place 4 marks along the edge of the paper plate. One mark is longer than the other. These marks help help students in taking measurement throughout the activity. Next, students make 4.5-inch cut in one end of the straw section. Flare the cut portion of the straw, tape it onto the center of the paper plate. The straw should be perpendicular to the surface of the plate. Measure and cut the straw to a 2-inch length. 4. Students place their sundial in the sun in the playground and trace the straw shadow with a pencil. They darken the shadow with pencil and write the time at the tip of the shadow. Students also note where the sun is in the sky. After tracing, students measure the shadow's length and fill in the data sheets. They take more measurements later in the morning, at midday and in the early afternoon. At the end of the day, students predict where they think shadows will appear. In the late afternoon, they look at their sundials and guess where the shadow would be at 2 p.m. So basically, this is an activity with the help of which it will help you to understand the movement, the motion of the earth. Okay, how does the earth move? As because we know in your earlier classes you have studied that it is the earth which rotates the sun. The sun is at one place throughout the day. You see, when on a sunny day, especially on a bright sunny day, our shadow, the position of our shadow, if you stand under the sun during different hours of the day, you see the place where the position where the shadow falls on the ground, it changes. It changes accordingly as the earth moves, as the earth rotates. So that's what the chapter name states, motions of the earth. Let us go to the introduction now. All the planets in our solar system, including the earth, they rotate on their axis simultaneously. They also revolve around the sun in their orbits. The 2 major types of motion of the earth are called rotation and revolution. So basically 2 things taking place at the same time. One is going around the sun, okay, rotating. The other one revolving, being in the same place, they also revolve. Alright, so for example, look at this pencil. If you look at this pencil, they will also revolve and they will also rotate like that. So this is how, supposingly the sun is here and we are facing towards the sun. As it rotates and it revolves, so what happens when we go to the other side? So the shadow of the sun falls upon us, or the shadow of the earth, not sun, and we are on a darker side. So that is how night and day takes place. And the revolution, basically the changes in weather, season, January to December, revolution. Revolution means day and night, and rotation means this, what do you call, the months, the season, the weather that changes. Okay, rotation, revolution. Correct it. Alright, now let us see rotation in detail. What do you mean by rotation? You might have seen the sun rising in the east and setting in the west every day. However, it is the Earth's spinning motion from west to east that creates the impression of the sun rising and setting. This motion of the Earth on its axis is called rotation. One complete rotation takes 24 hours or one full day. The period of rotation is known as Earth Day. Underline that. The period of rotation is known as Earth Day. From a distance in space, the Earth seems to rotate in an anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clock, opposite to the clock. If you have a wall clock or wristwatch, you see there are three hands in a clock: minute hand, the hour hand, and the second hand, right? The second hand, the way it rotates, or the meter, whatever, the way it rotates, it has got a particular motion, a cyclical motion. So anti-clock, opposite of that. The rotation of the Earth explains why places located in east have sunrise earlier than those located in the west. As the Earth rotates, the speed of the motion is constant, and you move along with it at the same speed. That is why you do not feel the motions of the Earth. Underline that. As the Earth rotates, the speed of the motion is constant and you move along with it at the same speed, and this is the reason that why you do not feel the motion of the Earth. Alright, so basically rotation. This day and night, or you can say the effect of the rotation is day and night. So one complete rotation, in order to complete one rotation full, it takes 24 hours, which means of one full day. And this one full day is also known as, or this period of rotation is also known as the Earth Day. Next we have from this point is that the Earth rotates in an anti-clockwise direction. The Earth seems to rotate. Seems, circle that word, okay? Even the book it says that the Earth seems to rotate in an anti-clockwise direction from a distant space. If you look at the Earth, that is from west to east, and it is because of the rotation of the Earth that why the places which are located in the east, they have got sunrise earlier as compared to those located in the west. Next we have effects of rotation. I already told you the first effect of rotation is day and night. Okay, let's see now. The Earth's axis makes an plane angle of 66.5 degrees with the plane of its orbit. This plane is called the orbital plane of the Earth. Underline, what do you mean by orbital plane of the Earth? Orbital plane of the Earth is actually the plane angle of 66 degree, the Earth axis making a plane angle of 66 degree with the plane of its orbit is called the orbital plane of the Earth. Now, due to the Earth's nearly spherical shape, at any point of time, one half of it has day while other half has night. There is a proper presentation of figure in figure 3.2, page number 29. If you refer that, you will have a proper understanding of how the rotation takes place, and especially the process of day and night. This is because as the Earth rotates, one part faces the sun and has daylight, while the opposite side, which is away from the sun, is in darkness and experiences night. The daily movement of the Earth is called diurnal motion. Underline that. What do you mean by diurnal motion? The imaginary line that divides the day from the night on the globe is called the circle of illumination. Underline another topic. We'll come back to this. The circle does not coincide with the axis. Alright, now let us come back. First of all, orbital plane. As I already told you, what do you mean by orbital plane, or define orbital plane? It is that particular plane where the Earth's axis makes an angle of 66.5 degree along with the plane of the orbital plane. Alright. Number 2, diurnal motion, the daily movement of the the daily movement of the Earth, diurnal motion. Number 3, circle of illumination. It is an imaginary line which divides the Earth into half, you can say, or into day and night, okay? Or it is basically this imaginary line you will find on the globe. That's called circle of illumination, and this circle does not coincide with the axis. As you can see in the figure, the axis is slanting, if you see, north and south, but whereas circle of illumination is a straight vertical line. So it is the vertical line which divides or which separates day and night. It is not the axis. Next we have tides. Let me mark here. Tides we will do in the next class, because first you need to understand that what are we studying, why are we studying. If I just simply keep on explaining without any basic understanding, it's of no use. Come to the exercise, page number 32. Let's see if there is any questions related to this particular topics that we have discussed. Yes, fill in the blanks. Number 1, let me mark so that I can check your assignment submission. Number 2, complete the sentence. Number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From complete the sentence, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From fill in the blanks, 1 and 2. Question number C, answer the following question in brief. Number 1, only number 1. And question number D, from question number D, number 2, D2, yeah, that's all. D2, and also, wait, let me check, D5. Alright, so I repeat your assignment for the day. Fill in the blanks 1 and 2. Complete the sentence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Answer the following question in brief, number 1, and answer the following question in detail, 2 and 5. Okay, so that's all for the day. See you in the next class. Study the text properly, okay?